I'm going to give you guys a quick lesson on chords because I know you guys have heard me mention the word chords and you're probably like, what is she talking about with chords? So the examples I've given you already are what are called melodies. So if I was to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with just the melody, it would sound like this. Again, I'm not expecting you guys to memorize this. I just want you to listen. Right? But if I were to add chords, it would sound something like this. Actually, I'm going to move it up here. So I'm going to move the melody up here. But now I'm going to add some chords where I would basically be playing a group of notes at the same time. Like if I were to play C, E, and G together, it would form what is called a chord. So you hear how there are now groups of notes being played together? So if I was to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with chords, it would sound something like this. Right? So those are examples of chords that are being played. Now here's where it gets interesting. There are different types of chords. Now there are literally thousands of different chord combinations. I'm not even going to burden you guys with going over all of those today because I don't want you guys to be like, okay, I give up. We're not going to do that. But again, this isn't about you guys learning what the chords are, but this is about you guys listening for certain differences between chords. So here's an example. What I just played for you, which is C, E, and G, right, is what is called a major chord. Now, why is it called a major chord? There are technical differences, which I'm not going to get into. But when it comes to listening for a major anything, most people associate the word major with happy. So anything that's in a major key would be a happy key. Right? And again, I'm not expecting you guys to like figure out what I'm playing. I just want you guys to listen. So normally, for example, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is going to be in a major key, or it's going to primarily be using major chords. Here's how it would sound. Right? Before we continue really quickly, I want to bring to your attention that I have a free Piano in 3 Steps video that is available for you to sign up to. The link is in the description box, so make sure that you sign up for that free video before you click off of this video. All right, thanks, and back to the tutorial. Now, there's another type of chord that is called a minor chord. And immediately you may hear the difference. A minor chord sounds sad, gloomy, very kind of down. So listen. So you guys hear the difference between a major chord, a happy chord, and a minor chord. So if I was to play the same exact song with minor chords, it would sound like this. Do you guys hear the difference between major and minor? And that's pretty much with just major and minor anything, right? So if we're talking about major and minor scales, major or minor chords, a major or minor melody, or if a song is in a major or minor key, you're going to get the same effect. If something's major, if it's a major scale, major chord, major key, they're all going to sound happy. If it's something if you're using minor chords, a minor scale, or a minor key, it's going to sound sad. So the minor chords are with the black keys. That is a very good question. So this is something that comes up very often. People think that minor has to do with the black keys. It actually does not, because guess what? Remember I mentioned that there are different types of chords. So a major chord can be anywhere on the piano. It doesn't have to be just C, E, and G, right? I could play a major chord with, guess what? All black keys, and it still sound happy. Listen very closely. So you see how I'm playing all black keys, but it still sounds happy and chipper and whatnot? Yeah, Miss Marilyn, that's a good way to think about it. Another thing that I could do is I could play a chord over here, which is the A minor chord, but the A minor chord has all white keys. But you hear how it still sounds sad and gloomy? You see? And the reason I'm mentioning that is because I don't want you guys to think that a major or minor something has to do with the color of the keys. It has nothing to do with the color of the keys. A major chord can have any combination of white and black keys, and a minor chord can also have any combination of white and black keys.